Hi guys, I'm Abba and welcome to my course for SAP GRC process control. So till now we gone through the topics of overview of GRC, overview of SAP GRC, manual evaluation, master data, continuous control monitoring, and ad hoc issue. And today we are going to discuss about the policy management. So inside SAP GRC process control, we do have a functionality of policy management, which helps us to entertain the complete life cycle of policy management inside a SAP GRC system. Policy management provides a centralized mechanism for creating, updating, maintaining, publishing, communicating, and enforcing the organization's policy. So, what are the steps involved in that? It's creating a policy, sending a policy for review and approval. Then, if it has got approved, then publish the policy. Then policy localization if it is required, or distribution of policy to the users. And when people gone through the policy, they send us the acknowledgement. So let's take an example. Let's suppose there is a new organization is opening in India, and they want to create an HR policy which is corresponding to the notice period. So as we all know, when we are talking about the notice period and global entities, like mostly in US, if you say it's around 1 week or 2 week, but when it comes to the India, it's 90 days. So directly the policies of US to India cannot be mapped, or generally companies do not prefer to map such type of policy. So what they'll do, they'll draft a new policy, a policy creator draft a policy, then they'll send it to the reviewer, policy reviewer review the policy. They if they think, like, let's suppose they're proposing a notice period should be 60 days, then the reviewer review it like 60 days appropriate or not, if they want to do the any change. So they'll send it back to the uh, creator for the rework. If they want to get it changed, if they are okay with that, they'll approve, and then it will go to the policy approver. So who will again look into if it is correct or not. If they want to send it to the rework, they will again send it to the rework to the policy creator. If they think policy is accurate, 60 days notice period is fine, and they want to and they want to approve it. Once it got approved at both the stages, that is as a reviewer or approval stage, then we can publish the policy. Policy publishment means policy is finalized now, and we can distribute it to the employees so that it can be read. So now the next step is the distribution of the policy, so that whosoever is our current employees know about it, like this is a policy. And if currently the organization is so new, they didn't hire anybody till now, then it will be remain inside the kitty, and whenever a new user comes, it will be shared with the user, like this is a policy corresponding to the notice period, or they need to mention it into the offer letter and all those things. But if employee exists inside an organization, what they do, they'll distribute the policy to the employees, so that policy employees will go through the policy and then give us the acknowledgement, like they understood the policy. Acknowledgement, when we are talking about the acknowledgement, there can be, they are saying yes or no, yeah, we understood the policy, or we will create a survey corresponding to that, where we'll ask few questions to make sure resource understood the policy. We can ask a question like that: what is the notice period of our organization? We can give three four options: 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So they'll need to select upon it. Then we can also put a question: so if you want to go for a notice buyout, to whom you should contact, whose approval would be required, or what are the situation in which you can ask for the buyout. So such type of questions we can ask to make sure a person understood the policy. So this is what we are having as an end-to-end life cycle of policy management. Now, when we are talking about the policy, it has mainly three things. One is documentation. Documentation is talking about the policy documentation, policy frame and uh, policy frame and policies. So here we are creating a policy document, and then it will go to a multiple phases for the approval of a standard documentation of a policy that we can do in our GRC process control. Second is distribution, where we are saying we are sending it to the employees or the users, and we'll get them notification either as an acknowledgement, so they understood it, yes or no, or either in case of surveys where we ask certain questions and they will say yes or no. So we got to know about it. Yes, yes, they understood the policy. The next is a test. A test means the reporting. So it means we have a data, complete data, like whosoever has created this policy, who has reviewed it, who has approved it, when this they did this, when it got published, and with what are the audience to whom it got distributed, and if those audience has acknowledged it or not. So the complete reports are there. So let's suppose we have distributed the policy to 100 people, but only 60 people has respond to us, remaining 40 do not respond to us. So on a real time basis, GRC has a report for that, like these are the people who has not responded till now. So you can go back to them and again push them to do that, send the reminder, send the escalation, whatever you want to do it. So the complete end-to-end policy management life cycle, we can do it in our GRC process control. Thanks for joining me for this session. Let's meet again for our last topic, that is sign off.